Good morning on this fine, hot, humid Wednesday. We are patrolling today the streets of downtown Orlando. Now, I just wanted to cruise around downtown this area today. We talk about Orlando a lot, but not everybody obviously lives down here. So I wanted to take a cruise through some of the local streets, pay attention as much as I preach, so that we see all the stop signs, we know which ways are one way, we see some of the other signage that is out here that's not necessarily for normal traffic, if that makes sense. So we're on one of the local streets right now. I'm eastbound on Livingston at Cathcart Avenue in the city of downtown Orlando. We're going to cruise the city today for the next probably about 20 minutes or so, just to take a nice live stream, nice casual stroll through the downtown Orlando area. I keep saying downtown, it's not all downtown. We'll take a few. So we're going to go south here on Summerlin. I love this because people are out walking their dogs during this time, and there's a lot of mixed traffic between residential and things like that. So when you live in a congested area like this, there are so many things that can go wrong, but so many things that should be going right. So I frequent this area quite often. We're at Summerlin and Robinson right now, just outside Howard Middle School. And we're gonna, like I said, cruise around today. Today's all about a nice, simple cruise. We'll be out towards the east side of Orange County here in about an hour. I'm going to pop up over at the Orange County Sheriff's Office. They're having a Cram the Cruiser event. So until then, you get to ride shoddy with me here. So hopefully the feed is up over at clickorlando.com. And we're just cruising around. Making our way towards Lake Eola. This was a stop sign that was like 10 years too long. You travel through this area, you know exactly where I'm talking about. People used to just fly right through here. This is Summerlin and Washington, right outside the Burger Bar, Graffiti Junction here. No, even when there's no traffic, you gotta make sure you make that complete stop. Make sure your car comes to what we refer to as final rest, meaning that car comes to the stop, sits, rests, 2-second count, and kind of proceed through. A lot of the stuff I say to you guys, I understand is basic stuff, but if I'm not saying it, Lord knows y'all ain't, 'cause what we see on the streets. So right now, westbound Central closed this morning, only to through traffic, oddly. Not sure what the construction is, but we'll take a look at it, see what we have. Oh man, I'm tired. I was listening to the radio over here, and it was crazy because they were talking about like stories no one else would believe. Well, that's why it's closed, because they're doing some repaving. And get off your phone, people, please. If the light turns green and your car doesn't move for a 3 solid second count, give them a little pep warning. Obviously, they're too distracted about the mess that's going on in their car and not paying attention to what's going on around them. But no, I was saying earlier, some lady was saying that she was dating someone and she did not even realize they were on America's Most Wanted list. Like, how do you not know that the United States Marshal Service is looking for your boyfriend or girlfriend? Kind of crazy. Anyway, cruising around. Ooh, gotta love these brick streets. Results One, though, handles it good. So we're gonna make our way towards Lake Eola here. I am currently at Osceola and Pine Street. Making our way right here to the front. Give you a little reference of World of Beer. Not many people on the roads this morning. A lot of pedestrians, though. People walking their dogs, getting their fitness in early in the morning. So I'm going to hang a left here, and I'll turn the camera to the back so you can kind of see that the road is closed. So Central's closed between Osceola and Summerlin. You can see them right behind me there. Crew's doing some repaving out there. So we'll take a nice perimeter stroll around the lake right now. Now, obviously, next week, this will be a different show. Very busy as we have fireworks at the fountain. Guys, I am so excited for that. Y'all don't even understand. Favorite time of the year is 4th of July and Christmas because we lead the events and we do a really good job. I know I'm tooting my own horn. But I get excited because I get to meet you guys. Like, think about it. It gets pretty boring just sitting inside of a room. Troy keeps it entertaining. I'm sure you guys know that. But it's nice when I get to get to meet the people who I'm talking to. So, cruising around downtown. A lot of crews out in the morning, and that's the biggest thing that people have to pay attention to is, yeah, we wake up, we're focused on our mission. But you have to remember, too, there are 1,000 other people out there almost on the same mission as you are, right? Headed to work, headed to school, whether it's just going for a walk, walking the dogs, things like that. So we have to be aware. So we're approaching Roslyn now. We're on about to go north on Roslyn. Roslyn is a one-way street. You can only go northbound on it. If you happen to be going southbound on Roslyn, you may want to check yourself because, yeah, you're going the wrong way. So one of the questions that I've answered on Ask Trooper Steve in the downtown Orlando area that's rather funny, I had a trooper friend of mine who was in an unmarked pickup truck, and he was on a one-way street and made a left on a red light from another one-way street and was pulled over by a local municipality in the city. The trooper, having a little bit more knowledge about traffic stuff, was like, "Hey, brother, you're pulling me over for a non-reason." And this cop was so confused. But I like when authority can do the research and then say, you know what, you're right, because that's exactly what happened. And they're like, no, Florida statute shows if you're on a one-way street, a driver can make a left on red as long as they're making that left on red from one-way street to another. It's just so we don't have that interacting traffic. So right now we're northbound on Roslyn. We're cruising around downtown Orlando today. Nice cruise. That's all we're doing. The purpose of seeing how traffic mingles around here, and how pedestrians, bicyclists, and all that can intermingle with each other. I talk so much to you guys here that I get a little tongue-tied. So we're going to go make a left on Robinson, take this... Oh, actually, you know, let's go past the courthouse. We'll cruise past the courthouse here, going over Robinson, northbound on Rosalind, coming up on the courthouse. If you guys ever see Results One out cruising around, please take a photo, post it, tag me, hashtag Results One, at Trooper Steve, tag News 6. We want to see this beast out and about because it is going to be ultimately everywhere. People message me like, hey, are you going to come out to New Smyrna Beach? Yes. Hey, are you going to come out to the Villages? Yes. What about Melbourne? Yes. I don't know how to say no to these because my plan is to make sure that we get to touch and show every Central Florida community, how big or how small. Obviously, I'm starting with what's close, what I know, and what I can show you as we get results one fully functioning and moving. It's pretty cool stuff. So we're coming up on State Road 50. This gets very busy out here, obviously. Here at Roslyn and Colonial. So the biggest issue I could say is the backup traffic that attempts to make the left here. And then when the traffic is backed, they'll sit out in the intersection. We all know. Big no-no. You're not allowed to block an intersection while making a movement. So what do I mean by that? Here, we're northbound on Roslyn right now. I'm going to try to go west on Colonial, so I'm going to make a left. If the traffic was backed up in those lanes, I should not complete my turn. But no traffic's there, I'm going to complete my turn. Nobody's in the crosswalk, and we're moving. So, morning traffic's not too bad. I tell you, when school's out, it's a totally different beast. Totally different beast. There's one of those blinking yellow lights we talk about, or you guys talk about, at least to me. It was new. This started a couple of years ago and started popping up across Central Florida. And what the purpose of it is to be a electronic yield sign. Okay, so I'm here. Flashing yellow means I have to slow down and yield to other traffic on a normal. So they've incorporated that flashing yellow into the left turning signal. Basically, in a sense, giving the driver a little bit too much responsibility and saying, okay, I see that there's no traffic. As I'm approaching it, it's clear. But you gotta start that at the stop bar. See how they're moving out into the intersection? Not safe. So I'm not ready to go out there. I'm gonna wait here. And I'm going to wait for the next traffic break. And then I will conduct that left turn. Part of that responsibility, though, is to look at the other travel lanes. I have two coming at me, one making a turn. So I have to be able to judge each and every single one of those while it's happening. So you have to be 100% when you're here. Because if you're not, you're going to mess up. So we'll go back to monitoring that outside traffic, that eastbound Colonial traffic, real thick. It's like this every day here at I-4, and we're about to get a green light. And I make a left into the furthest most left travel lane. I'm not trying to end up all the way on the right side. Even if that was my intention, you have to be able to conduct that left lane, that left turn safely, smoothly. Cruise out here early in the morning, cleaning up things. City of Orlando service workers out there. You have maintenance, engineering, and all that stuff out super early to get that job done. It's going to be a hot day today, so you got to be prepared for that. Right now we're southbound along Orange Avenue, passing the courthouse off to the left side of your screen. That's that pretty building you see there. Nice and simple. And then, of course, now we're crossing over Livingston. We just went the other way on Livingston just a second ago. It seems like I'm playing catch up with the traffic lights here. As I'm going underneath them, they're turning yellow. So, gotta watch out for bicyclists, even the City of Orlando parking bikes. You gotta follow the rules too, guys. Use those crosswalks. Morning traffic, nice and smooth in downtown. Not many crashes. That one on 408 almost cleared out here, probably in the next few minutes. I'll check on that. Big thing in downtown that I'm seeing, you got to watch out for these pedestrians. Pedestrians are everywhere. There is a lack of safety mindset for individual safety, I feel, in downtown Orlando. As a pedestrian, yes, there are certain areas where cars are required to yield. But if you're going to pick a fight with someone who's not going to play fair, you have to take steps in order to make sure you're safe, right? What do I mean by that? You're never going to win the fight with a car. So even if the car ran the red light and you had the right-of-way, as a pedestrian, you have to be cautious. You've got to look both ways. And yeah, it sucks when a car is not going to pay attention. But I would rather have that car violate my right-of-way and cross in front of me rather than me thinking, I've got the right-of-way, let me get in front of this car. Pick your fights, right? and that's not one that you wanna go up against. I'm serious. But on the flip side, the cars need to pay attention. The cars, as a driver, if you are a pedestrian, you want to make sure that you're treating everyone nicely, because if you had to walk somewhere or someone you knew had to walk somewhere, you would want to make sure that they're safe and that other drivers are being respectful. So that's what it's all about, is driving with courtesy, a give and take relationship. We're going over Pine. We're patrolling downtown Orlando city limits this morning and just cruising around. Motorcyclist traffic, pedestrian, bicyclist, all of that. Coming up on City Hall right now. Have the Bohemian Hotel, Grand Bohemian, off to the left-hand side, and City Hall directly in front of us. That right lane backing up a little bit here because of people making their way towards the interstate. Obviously very common. But don't be the guys that try to just dart out in front of that lingering traffic. It's kind of not nice, causes a crash, and, believe it or not, is a violation of right-of-way. Just saying. So we're going to head east on Anderson from Orange and downtown. There are certain days of the week, I tell you, that look completely different. Dr. Phillips Center off to us now on the left-hand side of your screen, going over Magnolia. Again, guys, you are watching a live. This is a live, real-time feed. I say we collectively, as a whole, you, me, right now, we're just driving around downtown. Someone selling, oh, I hate seeing those signs, like the breeder puppy signs. Hurts my heart. Nice smooth morning, guys. So if you're just joining us again, today's a smooth on patrol, but I will be over at East Colonial here in the next few minutes for a Cram the Cruiser event over on East Colonial, and that's part of the reason why today we're just kind of cruising around downtown. So if you want to take a note of this, I'll be over at 11250 East Colonial Drive. It's the Walmart Supercenter. Now, this is not my event. This is the Orange County Sheriff's Office is doing a backpack build, Cram the Cruiser. They're collecting things from our community to give back to our community. So they're calling it Cram the Cruiser. I love it. I love the fun wordplay that they do on that. And it's a literal, just bring supplies, any type of school supplies, backpacks, pens, pencils, binders, folders, erasers, markers, crayons. If you think a student could use it for school, they want it. So again, that's 11250 East Colonial Drive from 9 a.m. to noon. Your Orange County Sheriff's Office will be out there for a Cram the Cruiser. And then I'm just going to go swing by over there, hang out with them for a little bit so we can see what kind of results they're getting for the community. Coming up on Mills right now. Man, I wanted to go north on Mills. So we're going to get turned back around. I want to take a stroll through the Mills district. So we will do just that. I, however, do not want to get on 408 at the moment. Keep on going. We're going by the Greenwood Urban Wetlands Park. Wetlands. Your choice. And, of course, Greenwood Cemetery. I cannot complain. This was the biggest misconception. I'll give you guys a little secret. Some of you will roll your eyes. Some of you will be like, oh wow. Any day that I did not have to write a ticket or work a crash or have any type of negative encounter with a citizen was a good day. A lot of people are like, man, you guys are just out there to write tickets. You guys are just out there to take people to jail. No, that's not the goal. When I was full-time patrolling, the most frustrating part was to deal with people who just didn't want to have a good day. And what I mean by that is people who want to do 20, 30 miles over the speed limit, who want to drive aggressively, who want to ruin other people's day. My best days were the days I got to come home and didn't have to submit not one ticket, not one report to the server. Did it happen often? No. But when it did, it was pretty smooth. So we're in some traffic right now, just sitting here. I'm at Bumby, eastbound on south. Where am I at? Anderson. Yes, eastbound on Anderson. Coming up on Bumby. We're gonna head north on Bumby this morning. Turning signal on. I know the left lane becomes a turning lane, so I swing wide, and now we're in the through lane. So you see that car behind me pushed out into the intersection? Should not be there. Oh, I'm so glad I have this rear camera. What did we talk about a little while ago? When you're conducting your movements, you must be able to complete your movement. That car back there that you're seeing right now is blocking a travel lane on Anderson. Meanwhile, we're on Bumby now. So just because the light is green does not mean you should continue through that light. You should always complete your movement when it is possible to do so at 100%. So that also goes to those people who like to sit in the middle of those intersections and wait for their opportunity, and then the light changes and they're like, oh, I just got stuck. Well, no, you got stuck. You did this. So On Patrol is full of a bunch of soapbox and educational moments, guys. So we're on Bumby right now, headed northbound, still in the city of Orlando. I do believe part of this side of it is called the Milk District. And we're just cruising around. Not much going on, and not much craziness on the roads. Biggest thing I hyped on this morning were making sure that you're paying attention to pedestrian traffic and that you're aware of your surroundings, and that traffic is a give and take, obviously, right? We are at Bumby and Mills at the Sideward Brewery off to my left. Foxtail Coffee off to my right. I think I need a cup of coffee. Man. So, real quick recap. Again, in a few minutes, I'll be over at 11250 East Colonial Drive for the Orange County Sheriff's Cram the Cruiser event. And that's from 9 a.m. to 12. It's at the Walmart Supercenter, again, at 11250 East Colonial Drive. And items that they're looking for but not limited to: backpacks, pens, pencils, erasers, rulers, glue sticks. Whoa, talk about nostalgic. I haven't seen a glue stick in who knows how long. So, all right, guys, we'll be out there. News 6 at 9 is starting here momentarily, and you can watch there. So News 6 at 9 starts in just a few minutes. I'll do your live traffic from there. I'll also with a live hit out at the shopping center. Thanks for riding along with me today on Trooper Steve on Patrol, sponsored by Gibson Truck World. In the city of Orlando, we got to see some really cool stuff. Pedestrians, talk about just some general traffic. It's okay when nothing happens. So love you guys. Please drive safely. Remember, every crash is avoidable. Safety is up to you. Please be careful out there. Love you guys, and I'll catch you a little later. Trooper Steve.